Hello guys, welcome back to Blender Point. My name is Sujat and this is a tutorial on how to create a pizza using geometry nodes in Blender. So let's begin. So what we have here is I was just trying out how to create, how to show you how to make this one. So I created a small scene for the practice of it, and this is how it looks right now. So we will go ahead and make this happen, and it's fairly simple, and I'll go ahead and show you how to do it. Let's move on. So what we are going to do is we are going to first create a new scene, and then let's go ahead and go to geometry nodes, and we are going to use this default cube as our base, and then we are going to cut this off and keep this geometry node aside and use arc, which is basically a curve, and then connect it to the geometry nodes. As you would see, the curve, if we increase the resolution to 32 and if we mess around with the sweep angle, we can see it sweeps around. So we will keep it to 315 as it was previously, and then go to connect to center. So that's how it is connected to the center, right? And we take another one, duplicate it, use join geometry and join them together, then invert it, and then you would see the circle close. But we need this pizza slice to be a little upward, so we would do a set position on the second one. So let's connect them, and then let's go ahead and make a little bit of more space. Let's connect the radius here right now for future convenience, right? And then increase the Z factor by a little bit. So now you see the slice is a little upward, right? So now what we can do is we can go ahead and fill these curves up. Yeah, let's fill them up. So we filled both of them up, and then we can go ahead and extrude the mesh. We can do for both. So the offset is quite a lot. Let's reduce that to 0.05 for the first one and for the second one as well. So a little bit of thin crust, like thin base that we have made. So what we are doing is basically we are creating the base for the pizza. Now we need the crust. So for the crust, we can do is we can duplicate them to the side, then again connect them together, then we can use curve to mesh to create that crust outside. But as you can see, if we do curve to mesh, nothing happens. Okay, this is because we need a curve, circle to do that. So we take the curve circle and we put it in the profile curve and reduce the radius to 1. See, we have set the radius to 1. Yeah, but the thing is that this curve, this one is still here, so we need to set the position again, so we can duplicate this one and put it over here. Now you see we have another issue. We should be able to have only this part, not the it connected one. So what we need to do is we can go ahead and connect to center is set to off now, and we can also fill these curves. Let me do that. Fill the caps. So the caps are filled. Now you see we need to disconnect these as well. Now the crust is made as well. So as you can see, we are using simple geometry to create a pizza, and this is a very flexible setup for you. Now you can use this to have as long a pizza or as big a pizza that you want in your scene. I'll demonstrate that as well. So let's again set the radius to the same group input, so that we can control these radiuses together from the same radius, like this. Now you can see how you can control the complete mesh using a single input, right? So we have the base ready. Now what we need is to create the toppings. So for that, what we need to do is, first we are going to create a collection. Let's create a new collection, name it pizza base, and put the cube inside it and write pizza. And again we create another collection and name it toppings. So we will create a very simple toppings for the moment. For now we will hide pizza from the viewport, and then let's work on our toppings. So I'll go ahead and use a cube for it, right? So we are going to go to first texture, create new, change it to clouds, increase the size a little bit, and that's all. Then we can go to the modifiers. First we need to subdivide this one, so let's use subdivision surface. Let's subdivide it thrice. Then we can go to displays, and we use the same texture that we created there and decrease the strength so that it looks like this, and then resize it as well, and then apply all the transforms. So now it looks like a nugget or a meatball, whatever you would like to call it. I'll call it a nugget, and then hide it. Now we are going to create another cube, add displacement, so you can see the difference of what happens if I keep the displacement at the top and then subdivide, rather than using the subdivision first and then dividing, so like then using the texture. So now if I go to this and use subdivision here, So it does not do the same thing because it was not previously subdivided. Let me just simply go to tab it, like press tab and subdivide it some more. And now if we go ahead and check it out, yes, see, we reduce it, we have another topping met, right? Let's move ahead and call this paneer because I love them. I love paneer. And now let's close it. Now we go to Taurus. That's another topping that we are going to make. Change this one, major segment, change this one as well, right? Shade smooth, press S to scale it to the, press S and X and then scale it like this, right? Now again we use the displace modifier once more, use the same texture as previously made, reduce the strength. Now you see we have got another topping, right? Change the name to Remus or whatever you would like to. So that's having that done. Let's go back to the pizza base and open that. Now what we need to do is we need to again duplicate the arcs because this is going to be the points where we distribute the instances. So we are going to go ahead and join them again. Sure. And again we need to set the position for the lower one to the top. So that's what we did. Sure. Right now you would not see the difference because there is the difference is negligible. Let me go through it once more. So as you can see, the thing is that once you start working on this project, your node trees would become bigger and bigger. So you need to be very careful about where you are placing all of them. So yeah, let's move on. So let's take this one up and yeah, so let's take these two and move it across as well. Yeah, let's so now you see all the nodes are connected and we have made two different other arcs as well. So let's move on and let's do something with them. So now what we are going to do is we are going to feel the curves first. So we are going to feel the curves, feel curve, yeah, and we put them at both the places. Okay, so here we are. So we need to do one thing more, do this. So here so now all we need to do is we need to take set distribute points on faces, and as you can see the points have been distributed. Let's increase the density and you would see the points have been there, uh, let's increase here as well. So you see all of them are present, but it is not like we are not being able to see where they are. So that we can see them, let's do something. First we would extrude the mesh a little bit more, so we will use 0.1 here. We will do the same over here as well, 0.1. Yeah, so but as you see it's too much. Let's decrease the density. Yeah, so let's decrease the density to 0.9, a little bit more. I would visual. So here it's extruding individuals, don't do that. You deselect them, and now let's use the seeds to, then we can change it to poison disc. So that would be again a better thing to do, and reduce the radius a bit so that it does not go over the crust. So we do that for this as well, right? So now we have already distributed all those points. So what we can do is we can go ahead and instance all of our toppings, right? So for doing that, all we need to do is create instances on points, right? So we use instances on points, select the topping, duplicate them and separate them by children. Do the same for this one. Peak instances should be checked. Instances. Now this happens. So what we need to do is select all of these scale and put 0.2, right? And here as well, shift select all of them, 0.2. Still they are a bit too much for me, so I'll use 0.05 for this. Let me see. Zero point 0.05. Yeah. So now let's reduce the extrusion, I suppose, because the extrusion is quite a bit, so that's why it's completely on the top. Don't want it completely on the top. I need a little bit of depth, so let's do that. So here we are going to change that. So here we set the position, and here also we need a set position on this curve. So we will go ahead and set position on this one. Let's set the position. as you can see, all of them are there. So what we can do, one more thing is we can go to the nugget and let's increase the size of the nugget so that it's a little bit more visible. Yeah, so there it is. But the one thing that I can see over here is this one. So let's check out what is the issue. Okay. Let's go ahead and check some of the uh, settings over here. I see some issues going over here, so that's why just a moment. This one is the issue, I suppose, right? Oh well, yes, that's the issue. Yeah, so let's increase the position. Sure. So I have got into a problem because of this. We need to select this one. Yes. Well, now it's quite okay. Let's take the nugget again. I don't know what has happened to this nugget. I'll delete them and create again, because there is certain issue that I am facing with that. So let's do it once more. Take the cube, add modifier. First go ahead and shade smooth. Tab, subdivide, right? Tab again, add modifiers, displace, use the seam texture as before, strength would be lower. Okay, again, subdivision surface, 1 2 3, here we go. Let's give it another little bit of strength. Let's keep it like this and then reduce the size of it. Control A, apply all transforms. Then let's see. So yeah, this is done. Now what we can do is we have been using poison disc over here, so let's increase this one. Let's increase this one so that we can get a better variation Let's change the seeds and see what we can get. And let's increase the density a little bit. Yeah, let's change the seeds and see what has happened. Yeah, so yeah, so as you can see, we have created a pizza base. Now to give it a little bit of more realism, what we can do is we can go to here, go to displacement again, use the same texture as before, reduce the strength. So here another problem that I got into was this. So let's see what we can do about that. Let's see. What we can do is we can go here. This happens when the extruded meshes have individual extrusions done, right? So here is the problem. Let's do that. Sorry, not that. Let's see where the extrusion is happening individually. Let's delete that. Let's do that. Right. So yeah, now you would be able to see. So we have a little bit of displacement going on over here, and we have completed our base mesh. Now what we can do is we can add our textures. So for this, what we are going to do is we can actually go ahead and do it in another video, because I think it's quite long at the moment. I suppose we have been doing it for a bit longer time. So now, yes, what we are going to end up is something like this. So let's hope that we get another part very soon. I'll try to be as quick as possible with the second video. Thank you so much. Let's wrap this up.